Hey guys, this is Ezra. After getting back from a long train trip away from California this summer, I returned to this. Somehow in August of 2021, I received a copy of the Valley Yellow Pages, my local branch of the Yellow Pages. If you don't remember, the internet was invented at some point in the past.
I took the initiative in creating the internet.
Yet the Yellow Pages still insist on turning still needed forest into unneeded Yellow Pages. Thankfully, my local Yellow Pages has abandoned the spine-breakingly large 500-page book format in favor of a slimmer volume, but still, it's still weird. Fortunately, my roommates immediately recycled my Yellow Pages, I guess rightfully understanding that they're garbage. This man, with a surely fake name and a Yellow Pages internal trade film, argues that the Yellow Pages isn't that bad because it only contributes about 2% of the municipal solid waste to landfills. This isn't factoring in that the internet contains at least as much information as the Yellow Pages and contributes 0% of landfills' municipal solid waste.
In the past, consumers who had a telephone line in their homes received one set of Yellow Pages from the phone company. But today, consumers and businesses may receive different books from a number of publishers throughout the year.
Our industry has worked very hard over the last 10 years or so with our printers and paper suppliers to use vegetable rather than petroleum-based inks to minimize our impact on the environment.
I'm also fascinated by this internal trade film. It wasn't intended for the public, only for other presumably incredibly boring Yellow Pages employees. I'm assuming being forced to watch it, yet it has the tone of disingenuous PR spin.
Post-consumer recycled fiber.
After the recycling incident, I needed to get another Yellow Pages, since I can't use my Yellow Pages to request another Yellow Pages, and I don't have patience to wait 6 months for another. I turned to the Yellow Pages' greatest enemy. If you want another Yellow Pages, you have to use the website at myyp.com and navigate this relatively confusing webpage, something the exclusively elderly Yellow Pages user base would surely find frustrating. After inputting my phone number and agreeing to the 2-week turnaround period, I continued to peruse the Yellow Pages website because there was something alluring to me about the Yellow Pages even having a website. It feels a bit like if Blockbuster ran banner ads on Netflix. Mind you, this is a different website than the website you have to navigate to if you want to cancel the Yellow Pages, which I will include a link to at some point. Because remember, the Yellow Pages, in defiance of all economic wisdom, is neither a good nor service, doesn't have any demand, and somehow is an endless supply. The first thing that caught my eye was the listing for the Yellow Pages on the Yellow Pages website, which made my brain hurt. Sadly, it only had 2 reviews from Diane and Manuel, both small business owners. They claimed the Yellow Pages convinced them it was still worthwhile to advertise there, despite all common sense. Also on this website is a plethora of different guides for all facets of human life. The wedding guide claims that I, quote, have my perfect man, which is a bit presumptuous, and also reassuringly tells us that management of municipal solid waste is a global concern. Coincidentally, my go-to pickup line. Again, Yellow Pages, who are you trying to fool? They also claim their beauty guide is an integral step in our quest for eternal youth, which suddenly made me aware of my own mortality and how I increasingly feel old. At least all of the stock photo models on this website won't die. I mean, the real people behind them will eventually be dead, but their static, unfeeling porcelain smiles trapped in the mist of the internet are forever. The Yellow Pages inspire anger and hatred in so many. It even inspired these Canadians to do this.
We're going to run around Montreal and collect a bunch of Yellow Page unwanted phone books, and we're going to build a mountain out of the ones that we find.
Oui, on va les recycler, c'est pour ça on est ici, pour recycler les boîtes téléphoniques.
For others, it was magic. This man claimed that God visited him in prison and granted him the magical ability to move book pages with his mind. But his mental faculties were only strong enough to move the light pages of either the Bible or the phone book. Turns out he was obviously faking both his superpower, his hair, and worst of all, is in prison again for molesting a bunch of kids. With their twin payphones, these things were everywhere, and then nowhere. Steve Martin was wowed by them in The Jerk, and the governor even used a phone book to contact his constituents. In a fitting bit of symmetry, my phone book has a direct line to the governor and the president.
The White House.
Hi, is this Joe Biden?
This is the White House switchboard.
Oh, thank you. Is there a way you can put me on hold to speak to Mr. Biden?
After being shut down by the Yellow Pages corporate office in Fresno and unwilling to go to Fresno, I found an office for the Valley Yellow Pages in San Francisco at Mission and Cesar Chavez. I went there, but the Yellow Pages again foiled me, this time by not existing anymore. The office was gone and replaced by this shady payday lender. I saw on the internet that there was a Yellow Pages office here. Is that not here anymore? It's just the loan agency now?
The what, I'm sorry?
There was a Yellow Pages office here.
Yeah, I've never actually heard of it.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite sure, actually.
Got you, thank you. It turns out San Francisco, like a few other cities in the country, banned the mandatory dropping off of unwanted giant books, and that immediately spelled the end of Yellow Pages, at least in San Francisco. I actually am pleasantly surprised by an actually productive thing the city managed to do, but part of me feels like this isn't any better. I felt aimless and lonely, but that's, I guess, another issue. I headed deeper into the mission to take in the sights and smells. I saw some nature. I saw a memorial to a family friend. And after popping into my favorite taqueria, La Cumbre, to get a carne asada burrito, I was confronted, almost as if in divine coincidence, by an animal rights march that caused me to think too hard about my half-eaten burrito for a second and miss my bus home. I was running out of leads, and I was unable to get any more information about this ridiculous and useless technology. Phone books had a good run. They outlived their usefulness by about 20 years and aren't quite dead yet, but they soon probably will be. Only thought of briefly, like this, the Vietnamese rhinoceros. To be honest, I didn't really know where I was going when I started this, and don't think it amounted to much. I really am just kind of making this video to make it. But part of me feels like putting all this work into researching phone books, a dying and boring thing, helped me stave off my anxiety about the future for a little while. Maybe by reading about this dead thing, all these dead people and dead trees and dead technology, I don't know, it can make me feel like less dead. There were fewer than 12 Vietnamese rhinoceroses left. Perhaps due to the very same factors that caused there to be so many phone books still in the world. Someone killed what's thought to have been the last one in 2010, but there could still be a few left in the jungle. It's unclear if it's a tight-knit group or just some scattered survivors. I'm sure many of you know what it feels like to be extinct, but hopefully you don't feel that way right now. Was this supposed to be about phone books? I don't know. Thanks for watching this, and goodbye.